Alright, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we are on Maniku MX. I'm pretty sure this is an Estonian track. I'm not quite sure if it's a replica track or if it's like a made-up track. I will be honest, I didn't actually read the description very well. But yeah, it's more of like an outdoorsy kind of track. It looks like it's got some good roughness on it as well, so we'll have to see what the roughness on that's like. It's very, very wide, which is nice. It'll be very, very good for Polaroid, I think. But yeah, I've not written the track yet. Literally just downloaded it. Thought it was a good idea to check it out. I checked the guy's account. I've forgotten what your name is also, so if you're watching this. But yeah, he's made 3 tracks, I believe it is, in the last like week and a half or whatever. So he's grinding out some tracks. And yeah, I'm not sure if these are his first ever tracks that he's made, but I mean, so far so good. Oh, I like the roughness in that corner. That's nice. But yeah, so. If you know, but I've been grinding out Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, there's so many issues in that game. I'm not gonna blab on about too much because you guys are here for bikes. But in the past 2 days, I've had 2 random bans for the game kicking me out of the game. So there's one game where there's a crash issue and then my game crashed, I couldn't join back. And then just now I was loading into a game and then the anti-cheat removed the entire game. Like everyone got removed, their team, my team, everything. And yeah, and then they cancelled the match, and we all got banned. So that's fun. So now I've got a 2-hour ban. So I thought, this is the right time. Thought I'd hop on bikes, record, edit. I've got time to do all that. So, but yeah, I've got aerial tomorrow, or today as you guys are seeing this, and it's Triple Crown. I didn't realise it was Triple Crown, normal Triple Crown. I'm not sure why we've got 2 Triple Crowns so close to each other, but it is what it is. I suppose we'll have to, nothing we can do about it. But yeah, I'm okay with the Triple Crown. Hopefully I can do better than what I did in the last Triple Crown. I got 10th overall in the last Triple Crown, which I'm happy with a 10th, but my 5th place kind of saved me like really hard. I think I went like 11, 5, 12 or something like that, 11, 12, like 11, 5, 13, something like that. I managed to get 10th overall. So if I can just be consistent in them, I might just do what I did last week. I sort of found the pace last week and just was really consistent. I wasn't the fastest on track by any means, like at all. But I never am. Like even when I'm pushing, I'm not going to be the quickest guy on track anyway. So it is what it is. I'm just going to have to be the consistent guy. I'm just going to try and be really, really smooth. And yeah, obviously the motors are shorter. The races aren't as long as a normal race. I think they're 12 minutes instead of the normal 20. So yeah, I think try and get a good start. I might do the old Trojan start. It's just not go. I might just sit at the back and just try and sneak in behind everyone. I might try that for one of the races because I like to whole shot. You know, I want to get whole shots. I want to get good starts and everything. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 I pull the whole shot and then crash. So I might just try and be consistent, just hug the inside, and just try and get a good start and just set up for the first few laps. Obviously, I tried that. What was it? Seattle. Tried that, and yeah, ended up being hit by someone. So, MS works for you. Try and be the consistent guy, and you still get bodied by someone. But yeah, we'll have to try and figure something out in the 3 motos. Hopefully, we can get some better results than we did last week, or not last week, but the week before that, the last Triple Crown. But yeah, I'm happy with sort of the goals I'm aiming for is like top 8. That's sort of like the goal, and I want to get top 10 in championship. I'm currently 8th in championship. 7th is right in front of me still, Dorian. Dorian gained 1 point on me last week. So yeah, he gained a lot on the Triple Crown, and then he gained 1 more point on me at Seattle. So I think he's 10 points ahead of me now. So I basically need him to not have a good Triple Crown and me to have a good Triple Crown because I need to gain 10 points on him, or 11 to pass him really. So gonna have to try hard, I think, in the Triple Crown. Definitely gonna have to try and do well. I'm just gonna try and be consistent. I think normally I try to push way too hard and it just doesn't work. The tracks, because Stone's building them so much rougher now, and like there's a lot more ruts and breaker bumps and like deep ruts and multiple ruts, everything like that. It's really hard to sort of focus on a race and battle. You can't really battle because you're more focusing on the track, like trying to get around the track safely. So I think what we're going to have to do is just try and be smooth, even when there's people pressuring me, just run my own pace and wait for them to make a mistake, which is what I did at Seattle. I would just run my own pace, and people around me were crashing and making mistakes and everything. So I think I only crashed about 4 times, maybe that made, which for bikes, you crash about twice on the first lap, and then you sort of get into a pace and you get the odd crash every now and then. That's sort of how aerial is, really. You normally get bodied at the start a few times, and then you just make like 1 or 2 mistakes during the race, and that's it. So if we can keep the crashes below 5, then that'll be good, because then we can just sort of settle into a pace. It's really awkward trying to get a flow going, and then you crash twice, like in a row. Like, that is just what ruins the flow. So gonna have to just try and settle into a pace, even when people are pressuring me, just try and be smooth, try and be consistent, and wait for them to make a mistake. Obviously there's 3 chances to do well, so if we have a bad race one, I try not to get it to affect me too much in the next race. Obviously in the first one I got 12th, I think it was, and then I got 5th in the next race. So it's not about I haven't got the pace, it's about if I can get a good start and then run a consistent pace, and if I'm feeling good, try and just get a good flow going. I don't know if you guys play the game a lot, or not even if you play the game a lot, if you feel like you're getting into a good flow where you can run consistent laps, but you get to that point where you can run lap after lap after lap after lap, and you feel like you can keep pushing and pushing and pushing. That's sort of like the flow that you want to get. You very, very rarely get that, if I'm being completely honest, in aerial. There's a lot of like pressure or nerves, whatever, on the gate or whatever, and yeah, you basically just need to try and focus. It sounds weird, like you get nervous for a game, but then it's sort of like, that's sort of what you practice for during the week. Like, you get on the game and you practice for aerial. So it is a little bit like, this is what I practice for type of thing. But then obviously it's still a game, we're not getting paid for it. Well, aerial isn't actually paying us for it to race or anything, so in fact we're actually losing money because we're buying all the tracks. So we're actually losing money by racing the series, but it is what it is. I suppose if you want to race and you've got to buy the tracks, I get it. They put a lot of time and effort into the tracks, so I don't blame them. But yeah, hopefully outdoors as well is good. I'm looking forward to outdoors. I much prefer the AMA outdoors tracks and GPs. Obviously I'm only doing selected GP rounds, just because I'm not a fan of the GP tracks. Nothing against JV, but sometimes he does put, like, it is awkward having ruts like next to each other in bikes, because you have to lean the bike over so much, you end up just dragging your bars on another rut, and then you just front up. Like, JV tracks, I just find them quite annoying. Like, they are quite awkward to replicate a GP track, but then it's just like, yeah, I'm not like saying anything like against him. Like, obviously he makes very, very good tracks, some of the best, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of some of the GP tracks and how they are made. So I much prefer the AMA ones. I think it's just I prefer the layouts of the AMA tracks more than the GP ones, but you know, you got to deal with it. But yeah, I want to just try and, like I said as well, get top 10 in all the motos of outdoors, and want to get top 10 championship. Obviously this is a year I really want to get a career number. I got 27, and I think the lowest, I think I missed it by 5 places. I think I got like 15th overall out of all EU, like EU 450 and 250. So I think I need to just try and lock in this season. But I think I went like, I think it was like 9 and 13. I think I got 9th in Supercross and 13th in outdoors or something. I seem to do worse in outdoors, but I think that's just because I'm not the best at like 35-minute races. Like, I seem to make a lot of mistakes. So I think, like I said as well, I need to find a pace where I can just settle in and be smooth, and then try and focus on speed at a later date, because I feel like I just try to push too hard half the time, and then I just make silly little mistakes, or I get caught up in like little ruts and just little things like that. But yeah, back to the track. This is an Estonian track. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's like a replica track, but it's actually really, really fun. I've done, what have I done now, like 6 laps, and I can sort of set into a pace. I sort of know where I'm going. To sort of push the track a little bit as well. My word. But yeah, I can sort of push the track a little bit, which is nice, and the roughness is good. There's a little weird bits, like you can sort of launch into like little rollers. But yeah, it's actually a really, really fun track. It's free, it's all on MX Mods if you guys are interested in it. But yeah, it's not going to be a super, super long video, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.